Hello, my name is Rasan here. This video is a walkthrough of a to-do list API. So we are going to look through the code and look at what it does. So first of all, we have the controller file, sorry, folder, models, roots, utility, and we have our index TS. And is this is using TypeScript with Express, MongoDB, and I think yeah, that TypeScript, Express, MongoDB. So in our controller, we have our services here. You can see how to do controller with some comments to help with the understanding of what it does. So we have here create a to do from request body and save it. We have the second one here, which is fetch all to dos with their populated subtasks populated. So our to do list will have a subtask which we are going to link to a task inside the MongoDB database. And we are doing that so that we can also use recursion in this program. We have get a single to do, we have updates, and finally we have delete. And you can see from this line of code that we are using a recursive delete. We are having a function that we are calling and then passing our ID as string to it. So that function is in our utilities, which is recursive delete. And this is how we use recursive in the whole code. So when a user wants to delete a specific to-do list, and that to-do list has a subtask. The recursive function goes into that to-do list, so we can go into the code here where we find by ID and populate it with all the subtasks, and then delete those ones first before it deletes the actual to-do list. So when a user deletes a to-do list that has a subtask, this is how it gets deleted. And here we are using recursion for that. So you can see our route as well here. To do routes, we have a, a create list, get, update, delete, and some comments here to tell what they actually do. So I'm going to run this. First, let me um, get my MongoDB running first. So that because we are using, okay, I would have to, okay, so I think now we have our database. So, okay. So now we have our database. So our database is now connected, and you can see a to-do folder here because I've run this previously. So this is where our to-dos are being stored. Okay, so And now let's, okay, so um, first let's try the get to do, sorry, sorry, um, yeah. Okay, so sorry, I didn't run the program. So now let's run the program and go and then connect to our Rust API to test the whole program. So to run this, we'll put npm run dev down here, and you can see it from our package JSON as well, and the things it's going to be doing and stuff like that. So uh, I guess I'll just run it. And now it says server running on port 3000. We have our MongoDB connected. So let's go to HTTP pi, and then put this in. If you are using Postman, then they are all the same. Just put this, and then we test our first route. So now we are going to be receiving an empty array because there's nothing on our database. I see our 200. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, so we are going to put some stuff in here. So we are going to be posting this, and now we have our result here. Do homework. So now let's populate this sub tax. Now, so to populate this sub tax, we are going to be creating a distinct or a different task and then link it to it, just so we can perform our recursion, or just so we can use recursion in this work. We are going to go straight into our this side of the work, and then let's change this. Okay, so we'll copy this. We have this here. Now we are going to do another post, and we have another task. You can see that completed is marked as false. And for our program, we we are we are going to be deleting everything in the database, or every task marked false in an hour time, which is preset in MongoDB. So let me reshow my code, and then we can see that in our updates controller. Yes. So sorry, models. Yeah. So this is it, where we delete after an hour time for taxes that have been marked through. So let's get back to our speed of life. And so now we have go to playground, and we have this here. So we are going to link this as a subtask for this. So let's first display all the tasks we have, which are these three tasks. And we want to link this to this, or add this as a subtask for this. So we'll copy this and put it here, and then in here. So in here, we are going to be putting our string of code, which is going to be this ID. So this is what we want to link to the, we copy it and we put it in there. So we want to link this to this. So let's hit, sorry, we need to hit put to update. And you can see our subtask now contains this ID as part of this. So this becomes a subtask for this do homework. We can look at that in our to those in MongoDB. So now you can see that it has this one has no subtask, it's empty. It has become a subtask for this. So you can see its ID here. So let's get back here and then we want to get specifically this. So we are going to see it on our results that we get this back and then this becomes our subtask, which is also false and false. So let's go to this and then instead of this we mark complete as true. Okay, so which will be a put and then can see it's marked completed as true. Okay, so now let's test the list routes. We've tested the get route and get by ID, update, create, and now we are left with the delete route. So we don't really need this for the delete route for the delete. So I'll keep the subtask ID so that we can check if it still exists after deletion. After deleting, so we hit our delete and we get deleted successfully. Uh, and let's check. It says deleted successfully. Oh, it's already deleted. Sorry. Get rather. Just to do not found. And when we refresh, the collection has no data because we deleted it. So that's it for the to-do list API. And also, we have our README in here to describe one or two things, which I'm going to be updating this with this video. And the useful websites you can reference for this, as well as future works like extension. Probably you want to add a front end to communicate with this backend or something like any of this or even all of this. So that's it for this video. Thanks.